You don't look right, Indy says. Do you think we should slow down? No, I say, we can't. If I stop, I'll never start again. It doesn't do any good if you die on the way, she says, sounding angry. I laugh. I won't. Though I'm exhausted, hollow, dry, and aching, the idea of dying is ridiculous. Can't die now when I might draw closer to Kai with every step I take. And besides, I have the blue tablets. I smile, imagining what other scrapes inside might say. I search and search for another sign of Kai, though I'm not dying. I may be more ill than I first thought, because I find signs of everything. I think I see a message from Kai in the pattern of the cracked mud on the canyon floor, where it raised once and then hardened into something that I think could be interpreted as letters. I crouch down to look at it. What does this look like to you? I ask Cindy. Mud, she tells me. No, I say, look more closely. Skin or scales, she says. For a moment I am taken with her idea. I pause. Skin or scales. Maybe the whole canyon is one long winding serpent, though that we walk along, and when we reach the end, we can step right off its tail. Or we'll get to the mouth and it will swallow us whole. I finally see a true sign when the sky above the canyon shifts from blue to a blue and pink, and the air begins to change. It's my name, Cassia, carved into the young cottonwood that grows in a patch of soil near the thread of the stream. The tree won't have a long life. Its roots already grow too shallow from trying to soak up the water. He carved my name so carefully into the bark. It almost looks like the part of the tree. Do you see this? I ask Cindy. After a moment she says, yes, I knew it. Near the stream I see a small sediment, a little black orchid, twisted trunks, and golden fruit hanging low in the tree. Seeing the apples and the branches like that makes me want to bring some to Kai as proof I followed him every step of the way. I have to find something else to give him besides that poem. I won't have time to finish it, to think of the right words. Then I look back at the ground near the cottonwood. I see footprints leading further into the canyon. I didn't notice them at first. They are mangled with the tracks of other creatures that came to the stream to drink. But there among the claws and padded prints are the distinct marks of boots. Indy climbs over the fence into the orchard. Come on, I say to her. There's no reason to stop here. We can see where they went. We have water and tablets. The tablets won't help us, Indy says, and tears an apple from the tree and takes a bite. We should at least bring these. The tablets do help, I say. I've taken one. Indy stops chewing. You've taken one? Why? Of course I've taken one, I said. They're as good as food for survival. Indy hurries over to me and hands me the apple. Eat this now. She shakes her head. When did you take the tablet? In the other canyon, I say, surprised at her expression of concern. That's why you've been sick, Indy says. You really don't know, do you? Know what? The blue tablets are poisoned, she says. Of course they're not poisoned, I say. How ridiculous would Alexander never give me something that's poisoned? Indy sets her mouth in a thin line. The tablets are poisoned, she says. Don't take any more. She opens my pack and puts a few apples inside. What makes you think you know where we should go? I just do, I say, making an impatient gesture as the footprints. I'm sorting the signs. And he looks at me. She can't decide whether or not to believe me. She thinks I'm sick from the tablets, that I'm losing my mind. But she saw my name on the tree and knows that I didn't carve it there. I still think you should rest, Indy says. One last time. I can't, I say, and she can see that it's true. I hear it's not long after we leave the settlement. The sound of footprints behind us. We're near the water and I stop. Someone's here, I say, turning to face Indy. Someone is following us. Indy looks at me, her expression wary. I think you're hearing things that aren't there. Just like you were seeing things that don't exist. No, I say, listen. We both stand still listening to the canyon. It's quiet except for the rustling of leaves and wind moving through them. The wind stops, the rattling ceases, but I still hear something. Feet on sand. A hand brushes against the stone for support. Something. There, I say to Indy. You must have heard that. I didn't hear anything, Indy says, but she looks unnerved. You're not well. Maybe we should rest a little. I answer her by walking again, listening to the sounds of someone behind us. But all I hear is the leaves skittering and moving along the canyon breeze. We walk until dark, and then we use our flashlights and we keep on. Indy was right. I don't feel anyone following us now. I only hear my own breath, feel my own self, the weakness in each vein of my body. Each bend of my muscle, every tired step of my feet. I will not allow anything to stop me when I am this close to Kai. I will take more tablets. I don't think Indy's right about them. When she isn't looking, I open another tablet, but my hands tremble too much. It falls to the ground, and so does the tiny whisper of paper. And then I remember Xander's note. I wanted to read them. The paper slips away in the wind, and it seems like far too much work to chase it down, or to try and find blue in the dark.